54% of LinkedIn posts are AI generated, probably even more, to be honest. And LinkedIn's algorithm detects them with 94% accuracy. And yet, most top creators, pretty much everybody, uses AI, and they still go viral. So what's the difference between AI posts that die and AI posts that go viral? If you have a cool pre-trained AI, it's about 60 seconds of editing. Let me show you exactly what to do. Right, but let's look at the numbers first. These come from Richard van der Blom's Algorithm Insights 2024, so it's already a bit dated. I think all of this is even stricter now, right, with all the algorithm changes that we've seen in the last month or two. Underlying principles, though, I'm sure are the same. So already back then, AI-generated posts have 30% less reach, 55% less engagement, and the LinkedIn's algorithm detects AI content with a 94% accuracy. Now, I haven't done these algorithm insights and statistics, and I don't really know how they are creating this data, but it is a fact that AI content does work on LinkedIn. But it is also a fact that AI slop doesn't perform at all. So here's the kicker. Let's reframe this briefly. Unedited AI posts, AI slop, gets 30% less reach and 55% lower engagement. Okay? The kicker is AI-assisted posts that are edited, they match or exceed human performance. Why? Because AI can write better than me, for sure. What AI needs some help with is the personal note, and we can edit this in very, very easily. So repeat after me. LinkedIn doesn't hate AI. They hate lazy. They hate generic slop that sounds like everybody else. And I mean, yeah, I am running an AI content tool, and I might be biased here, but our ghostwriter generates posts that already avoid most of the AI tells. M-dashes, buzzwords, natural language, formatting, all that handled for you out of the box. If you upload good knowledge documents, if you take the time to edit your first 10, 20 posts to perfection, to your style, all the posts that we generate are 90, 95% there already. I still, and I will always recommend to edit every single post a little bit. And you can get that down to 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes max per post. I'm not sure how long it takes you right now to write a post, but I think 60 seconds is really, really good. And those 60 seconds, they're not about grammar, they're not about formatting, it's about making it unmistakably yours. Now, let me show you my exact editing process. It's 3 steps: fact check, personal injection, hook polish. Watch me do this in real time. Here's a post that the ghostwriter just generated for me. And basically the first step that I do is I quickly fact check what's going on. So here's what I've learned after 2 years of posting. I think at this point it's more like 5 years, for example, right? So polished LinkedIn content rarely builds real trust. I'm not really looking for like how stuff is phrased right now. I'm just going for facts. It's pretty good, spot on, but that's not what builds trust. Here's what actually works. Show your progress, show your struggles, respond to blah, 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 admit, I learned this the hard way. Okay, here it already uses something quite personal to me, the mistakes I made building content in, why I pivoted during COVID, how I almost gave up twice. This is stuff that it already took from my knowledge documents. Okay, so this is already really, really good. This was the fact check quick round. Personal injection. It already has this, and it's actually really good. I could make this a bit more. In this section here, for example, I could go in and say, make this more specific. Talk about our users or user feedback. Let's see what it comes up with. just to make it like a real world example. Based on feedback from our users, most founders and entrepreneurs think they need. Right, so I'm pulling it in. I'm making it more specific. I don't necessarily love the phrasing yet, but this would be a way to inject facts, personal stuff, framing it into a real story of something that has happened. Once I'm done with that, I would basically read through it again very slowly and potentially change, a couple of sentences here and there. Either have the AI rewrite it or change it manually. This post is already really, really good though. So let me quickly do that. I hope I can speed this up in the video so it's not too boring for you. Okay, so here are the tweaks that I did. I rephrased this one sentence. I didn't like the reference to the users after all. So I changed that to most founders or entrepreneurs I speak to think they need. I changed this sentence, made it a bit snappier, split it into two. Just felt a bit better to me of how I would speak. And the same here, I shortened this one. I just made it a bit snappier. That's usually what I do. That's like my style. Now, the last step that I do when editing is I take a look at the hook. Because as we all know, the hook is the most important part of the whole post and basically defines whether it will work or not. Let's see if I can get better results from here. Okay, so this is cool now. Let me quickly check the history. Maybe I want to reintroduce that sentence. Okay, let's actually make this 3 because I should have figured this out a little bit earlier. And now let me see. Then I start pretending and everything changed. Polished LinkedIn content doesn't build trust. Showing up as yourself does. Okay, that would be my full edit. But let me quickly show you a few other things that you can do to get these posts as close as possible to your voice and to edit them quicker. If you go to your LinkedIn profile settings, click on your face on the top right, LinkedIn profile settings, there's 2 fields here, expertise training files and style training files. And these are really key if you want to take more control over what the AI knows about you and how it writes like you. We have also the target audience description and the about you section. Feel free to double check these. I wouldn't, extend them much, or they are really created in a way that they work really well with our prompts. But if you find anything in here that's factually wrong, please correct it. Now, for style training, you can select posts per category that you think really capture your voice or that you are particularly proud of, that have worked specifically well and that you want the AI to look for when it looks at your style. We suggest to pick 5 to 10 per category being growth, personal, and authority, as we will use them separately throughout idea and post creation. So this is a great way to fine-tune your style. If you don't do that, it will still work. We'll just pick more randomly from your posts. Here you can, control this a little bit more detailed. And then the expertise training files is really where you can upload your brain. I like to upload video transcripts, blog posts, podcast transcripts, that kind of stuff, where I talk a lot about what I'm doing. We will then go through these files and extract the wisdom, stories, etc. for each of your topic and create a knowledge document for all of your topics from that. And then we will use that when we write posts and create content ideas for you. But let's go back to the post. As you can see out of the box, a lot of stuff is already cool, right? We have no M dashes. We have clean formatting that's varied, that goes back and forth. If you want, feel free to insert a few grammar errors even, or typos. That's a really good way to definitely make it through the AI filter, because AI writes perfectly. That's totally up to you. And as you can see, like, it's pretty free from these telltale AI words. There's no leverage here. There's no buzzwords. Everything is optimized for readability. When the ghostwriter produces a post, let's just check one of them. You'll get the 3 drafts, one in your style, one following a best practice approach, one more like a wildcard, and just check them. Like, there will be no giveaway signs, words, em dashes. They will be cleanly formatted though, and they will be written in your style and to the point. Real talk. All the top LinkedIn creators are using AI. They are getting millions of impressions, and the difference is how they use it. So look, there are 2 paths. Path 1, AI Slop, which is what most people do. Open GPT, type, write me a LinkedIn post about leadership, copy, paste, post, 0 editing, 0 personality, 0 performance. Path 2, AI Amplification, what top creators do. Use an AI trained on your voice, generate posts based on your expertise, on your knowledge, at your specific stories and data, and let the AI handle the structure, the formatting, the consistency, and you can handle the truth and the personality. If you have the right tool, this is more like controlling process rather than working with software. Imagine like working with a ghostwriter, like a human ghostwriter. You give input, you get a post, you give feedback, it gets tweaked, and it gets posted. Same workflow with AI. And really the AI gets you from like blank page to 90% done in a couple of seconds. And then the final 10% that make it unmistakably yours, do it in 60 seconds. It is that simple. Total time, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and the output quality will be superb. I know from experience that LinkedIn's algorithm isn't trying to ban AI. That's impossible. That's backwards. But they're trying to filter out the noise. They want real, authentic content. They don't want lazy, generic, everyone sounds the same content pollution. Fair enough. I don't want to see that crap in my feed either. I think, honestly, that is good news for us, because most people will keep posting raw ChatGPT outputs. You will keep getting 30% less reach, probably more like 80% these days. But you can use AI as amplification, not as replacement. You'll be adding the 10% that matters to the content, and there's your competitive advantage. Cool. So I hope that made sense to you. To bring the point home, here's your challenge for next week. When you write your posts, follow this framework. Step 1, fact check everything. Replace generic stats with your real insights. Maybe if you don't have any stats, replace it with more loose argumentation, even though I don't recommend that. Add a specific story, a name, a number, a date, a quote, make it about you. And then the rest of the time, polish the hook. Make it concrete, not abstract. Make it short, make it good. And basically do this whenever you're using Content or ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you do. And here is the ultimate test. Here's how you can know if you've nailed that. Remove your name from the post and put someone else's name on it. Does it still sound like you? Does it still tell your story? Or would it be 100% applicable to the other person as well? If no, you've added enough of yourself. If yes, please add more specifics. LinkedIn doesn't hate AI. LinkedIn hates lazy slop. And everybody is using AI. The question is, are you using to amplify your voice or to replace it? Let me know in the comments which edit you find the hardest, fact-checking, personal stories, or hook polishing. And yeah, off to train my ghostwriter on yet another video transcript. See you soon, guys.